Good evening. Today is Tuesday evening. It's dark out there and raining. We just had a thunderstorm. We're finishing up on that. Uh, yeah, here's that vintage home light, and I've got it all cleaned up. I finally got around to working on some of these chainsaws. I sold that Husqvarna 455 Rancher for $250. Nope, 225. And these newer Husqvarna chainsaws are not made as well as they used to be. My brother-in-law is a logger, and he's used Husqvarna for years. The quality has gone downhill, which is too bad. That one that I have up there, behind that, you can just see it right there. That's a good one. She's a keeper. I would just like to interject at this time that I am not a chainsaw expert and I don't know much about chainsaws. I work on them. I'm not qualified to say what a good Husqvarna is or a bad one. What I'm saying is my brother-in-law has been using them for years, and being a logger, he's out there at, at least 5 days a week, probably 5 days a week throughout his uh, life cutting trees. He showed me where they are failing in their quality and all that kind of stuff. So I just go by his word on it. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to Husqvarna saws. So, yeah, if you want to argue it, don't argue it with me, because I ain't going to. That's just a fact from him. Anyways, getting back to this. This is an old vintage home light, super easy, automatic. And when I first got these, I just quickly started the other ones. They fired up, and I thought, okay, I'll get them going. Should be pretty easy money. This one I couldn't get to fire. I only pulled it a few times. I really didn't spend much time doing anything. So I finally got it out the other day. I sprayed some schmooey in the spark plug hole, and it fired. So that was exciting. Pulled it a few more times and it started. And that thing screams like a banshee. Now, personally, I've never heard a banshee scream. I don't even know what one is. Except I watched the movie Cars, the cartoon, and there was a screaming banshee on there. So if it's anything like that, this would be like just a little guy, but screams pretty loud. And I looked on eBay, and would you know, guy might be able to get some money for this thing. So I took it apart today, and I cleaned it up pretty good. As you can see, she's looking pretty good. And starts real easy. And the chain on here is pretty good. I went out and cut some wood today with it, a little bit. And I cleaned up the case. There was a lot of oil and junk down on the bottom. And, there's someone on eBay, I think they're asking $250. And theirs isn't in as nice a condition as this one is in. So, maybe. I didn't look in the sold section to see if there were any that sold. I just didn't bother. But a guy could do pretty good on this. Right there's mine. See that? Sold for $250. That's $24.31 shipping. What? What? I say, what? Because the shipping, well, let me back up a little bit. I had it priority. The guy from Texas messaged me and asked if I could work with him on the price because the shipping was going to be $100. I said, well, let me try FedEx. So I calculated FedEx and it said $41.61. So I changed the listing from USPS to FedEx and he bought it that night. And now I look on here that they only charged him $24.31. Well, anyway, after he got it, and he got it pretty quick because he messaged me again and he was very pleased with the saw, very excited about it, and I'm glad. $24.31. What do you know about that? Let's go through the pictures. Had another old chain with it, probably not worth anything. Looked pretty bad, but I thought I'd send it along anyway. But I did not know that it went as low as $24.31. Well, good for him. Then I worked on this little home light, and that one's ready to go on Craigslist. And then this one. Boy, this thing has got me for snookered. That's a Poulon Pro. It's a 42cc. And pretty new still. But I cannot get that thing to stay running. And somebody, they seem to always do this to me. You see, you get these specialized screwdrivers, like this one has that shape to it. And I can't remember which saw that one works in. But the one for this one, on one of the adjustments, it works great. The other one, it's stripped out. Well, why do they do it? I don't know. But I can't keep it to stay running. So, and then there's this McCulloch down here. Did I get that one to running? Or maybe that's the one I can't keep running. I don't know. It's one of them. You know what? I didn't work on that one today. I started to. I was going to take it apart, check it out. Yeah. Well, I just happen to have the right size box to put that in when I go to sold it. So that's good. And then, as you can see, I can move around here. Actually, all the push mowers are outside in the rain. And I've got one rider left to sell, and that's that John Deere, which I've been working on. Just ran in kind of a roadblock with that one. I thought, well, I'll put it on the back burner for a little while and go at it again later. And then I got this from my neighbor. It's not mine, it's his. He wanted to have me look at it. Someone give it to him. It's missing the motor now, because that's down here. It's no good. So I told him that I'll try to make him a good one. And I was going to lay this one down and mount a motor on this side and a compressor. But, you know, the petcock for draining the water is on the bottom. I don't feel like changing that. So I do have another tank yonder outside that maybe I'll just remove the business end of this one off because this tank's no good. Got a big hole in it. But the compressor and the motor works. So I'll just take that off, put it on the one out there, call it good and stuff. Well, I guess that's it. That's my video for tonight. So we'll see you next time. Ciao. Here's an air compressor that I just finished up. The red part came off of this little guy here, which had a nice sized hole in the tank. And this tank was one that my brother found. It didn't even have the stuff on it. It just had the mounting bracket, which I have in there. I cut it off. And this works pretty nice. And that's quiet. So it worked out good to keep the guards and all that. There's 2 holes in the tank for this one. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but come on now, camera. Where's this thing at? Anyway, right where my finger's pointing. I don't know if it's going to show up. There it is. I just capped that one off. Didn't need it. And the only other thing is this whole part here got raised up a little bit. Just had to bend that pipe down a wee bit, not much. And so this one's ready to go. This one in here I've been struggling with. I'll save this for a future project. I might be able to use it. But I got to get a pressure switch. Every one I tried has been a no-go. Wonder what goes there, if anything. Don't know. All right then.